It seems Subaru can do no wrong in the United States. Owners are rabidly loyal, and it's had nearly 7 years of constant month-to-month sales growth. The new Ascent should help the company's numbers even more because just past the Consolation Pleiades badge, you'll find a third row of seating. Built in Indiana, Ascent is exclusive to the North American market, great for larger families living where the weather is constantly lousy.
Ascent is the largest vehicle Subaru has ever produced, but not the first three-row crossover. That would be the Tribeca, also known as the B9 Tribeca. Not benign, B9. Not the most popular vehicle the company ever produced.
Some think it was too small for true family duty, and then there's the argument about styling, from the Edsel-like grille to the Starship Enterprise interior that Subi loyalists didn't warm up to. Ascent, on the other hand, is carefully designed to appear like it wasn't designed. In other words, pure Subaru. Considering the brand's popularity, file the look under "Don't mess with success." Standard roof racks make the appropriate fashion statement. It's built on Subaru's scalable global platform, so it uses some of the same bits as the smaller Impreza and Crosstrek. Of course, there's Symmetrical all-wheel drive, which is standard. That and 8.7 inches of ground clearance should get you to your favorite hiking trail, unless it's Everest. There's just one power plant, a 2.4-liter four-cylinder with a twin-scroll turbocharger rated to tow 5,000 pounds.
Notice how low the engine sits in the bay? Well, that's because Subaru uses boxer engines that have horizontally opposed pistons rather than the vertical orientation that most automakers use.
It delivers 260 horsepower and a solid 277 pound-feet of torque. Subaru is happy to point out that Porsche is the only other boxer engine user. Porsche does not reciprocate. There is no manual gearbox. I'd like to thank Subaru for using a no-nonsense automatic transmission selector. There are simulated manual shift modes. xDrive optimizes the all-wheel drive system for slippery conditions and provides hill descent control. I'll wager a few owners will actually use it.
Ascent's throttle response is very aggressive, so on your test drive it will seem more powerful than it is. Not that this vehicle is slow.
0 to 60 miles an hour is a solid 7 seconds, so if you're worried that the four-cylinder turbo is anemic, don't.
And really, anything more powerful than that, you'd be setting a bad example for the kids.
The jumpy pedal does make smooth driving in stop-and-go city driving a challenge, though.
This being a Subaru, it does have a continuously variable transmission, which I generally don't like, but this one is tuned pretty well, not much of that rubbery elastic dynamic.
Visibility is quite good, which I consider a basic safety feature, but there's more than that.
Ascent comes standard with Subaru's EyeSight system, which includes automatic emergency braking with pedestrian detection and adaptive cruise control. I don't know why all automakers don't do that. If nothing else, it's great marketing.
Lane keep assist is also standard. Blind spot warning, lane change and rear cross path alert, plus reverse automatic braking are added as the trim levels rise, so make sure that you're getting everything that you want on the model that you're buying.
I do like the ride quality of the Ascent. It's firm but not harsh, so body movements are well controlled. The boxer engine gives this car a lower center of gravity, which is great for handling, though there's not an awful lot of road feel coming up through the steering wheel. It's all kind of numb.
And I'd like the on-center feel to be a little more locked down when cruising on the highway. The windshield and front side windows are acoustical glass. In the city, things are quiet and hushed. Cruising at freeway speed, road noise is moderate.
A lot of cars these days have automatic engine start-stop. The Ascent does not, so you don't have to worry about turning it on or off.
A hill holder feature keeps this rig from rolling backwards on steep hills. Ascent's EPA fuel economy average is 23 miles per gallon, which is pretty good in class. The interior gets the same sensible look as the exterior. This is a premium model, one level up from the base. The best description for this cabin is functional. There are some useful touches to keep things handy, and spots that could use more refinement. You want storage? There are small spaces all over the cabin and a pretty large center console that looks like it will hold a couple iPads. There's even a way to see which kid hit the other first. Subaru brags the Ascent has 19 cup holders. 19! Remember that when the kids keep asking to use the rest stops. The fabric covering the well-bolstered seats is grippy, breathable, and looks to be pretty durable, heated too. There's no fake wood trim, just plastic that's like the unusual stuff in a Chevy Bolt EV. Subaru's Starlink user interface is basic and straightforward. A lot of people will just plug in their smartphones and use the standard Android Auto or Apple CarPlay. That's what I did.
I like that the doors open really wide, easy to get car seats and dog crates in and out. Subaru does love their dogs.
Generally, getting to row 3 is fairly easy. Unless there's a car seat here, that might be an issue.
The third row, well, it's okay. At 5'9", I have just enough headroom. The seats are low, so my knees are up high. There are belts for 3 back here, but be merciful, keep it to 2 adults.
The roof-mounted seatbelt for the middle position could get cumbersome. They'll be well hydrated, and USB ports can be added for $230.
I'm going to say it, if you need a spacious third row, buy a minivan. Toyota Sienna has all-wheel drive.
The middle row offers up tons of legroom, or you can show those behind a little love, because that's what makes a Subaru, right? A third climate zone is standard on all Ascents. Everything is set up to take care of the family. There's even an available Wi-Fi hotspot. The middle row can be ordered with seating for 2 or 3, just depends on which way you order the car. The optional panoramic glass roof would add some ambiance to the space.
If you absolutely, positively must have a kick-to-open tailgate, sorry, not available on Ascent. Just keep the key fob handy.
Like a lot of 3-row machines, there's not an awful lot of storage when all the chairs are filled. Large coolers won't fit here. The load floor won't fight you when trying to get small stuff out of this cavity, and there's storage for the security cover when it's not being used. Let's say that the third row is only used occasionally, which is often the case with 3-row crossovers. The floor is nice and flat, and the space is pretty large, not as cavernous as the Chevy Traverse or Volkswagen Atlas, which are larger vehicles. Both of them will swallow 20 packs of the 2-ply. The smaller Ascent summits at 16 bundles. Overall, Ascent is a very usable and practical vehicle that will serve families well. It's what Subaru does. Starting at around $33,000, the premium model that I'm driving retails for $36,600. If you want to spend more and get additional safety features and leather seats, the top trim Touring comes in at just under $46,000. But considering how Subi owners often use their vehicles, the premium model might be the practical and rugged way to go. Shoppers should also check out Mazda CX-9, Kia Sorento, and GMC Acadia. Subaru has done an admirable job of building a loyal customer base, so few will stray. Ascent should have no trouble helping the brand reach new sales heights. My reviews are all about pointing out things people should know before test driving or buying a vehicle. Just so you know, I have to figure out if I'm being helpful or overly picky. Example, while I appreciate this very bright light, in the dark the location is nearly blinding. Putting it here would help a lot, and it wouldn't get blocked. Also, the load floor and side panels kept coming askew. I must have done this a dozen times. Things like that. A bit off topic, have you ever looked at the Subaru ads with the dogs closely? Has anybody else noticed that the dad and the pups are golden retrievers and the mom is a Labrador? Not sure what's going on there. Either the kid's got the dad's genetics, or maybe he's remarried. Do dogs get married? I don't think so.
Hope you got something out of my look at the new Subaru Ascent. Now, as long as I've been doing this gig, the most popular question I ever get is, not about cars, what do I do with all of this TP? Well, I just go into Costco, take all that I need, wheel it out without paying for it, stuff it in, and then bring it back and restock it. The people here at warehouse number 1, yes, this is where Costco started. They've been very, very good to me. So just wanted to say, thanks Costco, you're awesome. That's Driven. I'm Tom Voelk.